everybody. Happy Thursday. It is I, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seavey. And again, happy Thursday, guys. And Thursday is part of our creative writing series that we like to call Picture This. What is Picture This? Well, it's when I give you an image or a photograph, a drawing. It could be, anything. Just a photograph without any words, and you have to write a chorus based on what you're looking at. Why do we do this? Why would you do this exercise? Well, I love this exercise because it just gives me a boost in my creativity. I'm very visual, so when I see something visual, it gives me inspiration for creativity, to write words, because there are no words. So it's your job to find the words to looking at this, whatever the picture is. So, it's a really cool challenge to help you put into words what you're looking at, and then to make it poetic and song oriented. One of the other reasons I like to do this is it just keeps your chops up. You have to write. This is an exercise every week. Every week I give you these exercises, so you have to write, and it just becomes, when writing becomes so natural to you that you do it every day or every week, then you get into the flow of how to get in touch with your creative side, like when you're looking at an image. And like I said, I'm very visual. So like when I see anything I see an image, it automatically makes me go up here into my mind and come up with ideas. And it jumpstarts my creativity. Like I say this every week, but you don't always feel creative. And sometimes you need some sort of like little boost to help you get to that place that you need to get to in order to write things, And I'd say 98% of this is your imagination. I mean, you can give you a great picture, but if you don't tap into the picture and really tap into it and try to get into the story of what's there in front of you, then the picture's only as good as the picture. It's not really going to, you have to transform it to give it a history and weight, I mean, the picture doesn't need a story. It's beautiful on its own, whatever picture, you're looking at, but it just gives it more weight when I write a story around it. You know what I mean? And I'm going to show you the picture in a minute or two, but right now, I just want to set you up for the best way to do this, to approach these whenever you do these Picture This exercises. Of course, whatever you see in that picture is entirely up to you. You can write whatever it is you see in that picture. I tell you guys this all the time. It could be a picture of a soda bottle, but it makes you think about your aunt, because your aunt and you used to drink that soda all the time. So it's about your aunt. It doesn't matter. It's what matters to you, what you see when you look at it. Your mind's eye tells the story, not mine. I only give you the image. After that, it's all up to you. The only rules that are there, if you want to call them that, it's a song. So it has to rhyme. It has to make sense. It has to tell some sort of a story. It can't be an inside joke. Like, can't be something just between you and your friend from high school. It's got to be universally understood. When you read this as almost like a poem before there's a melody to it, it's a poem, it's spoken word. So you would read whatever it is that you write, and you want everyone to get it. You want everyone to understand where you're coming from based on your words. That's not always easy to do, but one of the first steps I always say when you do this exercise is look what's in the picture. Right? Before you even get into your imagination, just look at what's there in the photograph. Write all that down. Like take your notebook and just start jotting down the things that you see in that photograph. Just as a observation. Write a small little column on the side, all your observations. Okay? And then start looking at your details of your observations. And then the second half of it is, I really want you to study that picture. I want you to daydream. I want you to stare at that picture until you kind of go away from reality and you start actually falling into the picture daydream-wise. I want you to do that. And this is an exercise that you can't be multitasking. I don't want you figuring out your budget for the month while you're doing this, or writing your laundry list or whatever. This should be something that you give 100% attention to if you can, or don't do it until you can. That's one of the stipulations of this too. I want you to give this 100% of your attention. And if you can't do that on a particular day, that's fine. Pick a time that you can and really jump in that and then do this, okay? So what I'm going to do now in the next couple of minutes is I'm going to show you my photograph, the photograph that I picked for you guys to write. And like I said, I say this all the time, I want you to go in there, like I said, daydream, really look at this photograph. And then I want you to create a story, because we don't know what's happened before the picture. We only see what happened when it was snapped. We don't know what happened 5 seconds afterwards. No one knows. It's a still image. So you got to create a history of it, or a backstory, or whatever you want it. This is your universe, so you write whatever you want. Like I said, the only rules are it's got to rhyme, it's got to make sense, it's got to tell some kind of a story. Okay. Without further ado, I'm going to show you the image now. So here it is. Okay. So you see, it's a silhouette of hands letting a bird go out of its hand, with a beautiful sky behind it, and there's other birds there, but this person is releasing this bird into the sky. It's a beautiful picture. I thought it was just stunning. So as I was going through a bunch of images, I stumbled on this and I thought, this has definitely got to be the one we're going to go with. I thought it was beautiful. So now, like I said, looking at this picture, now, when my imagination kicks in, okay, the bird is a metaphor. We're not going to really sing about the bird. I mean, you can if you want. You could say, if I was a bird, I would fly away from here. Whatever. You could make it all about the bird if you want to. But it takes me back to that. You remember that saying, that old saying, if you love something, set it free, and if it comes back, it's meant to be yours, or whatever, So when I stared at this, that's kind of what I saw. That old, saying came to me a little bit. So, so I thought of, so I'm looking at it and I'm staring at it, and I thought I could write it about from the bird's perspective, or put myself in the position as I'm the bird, or the person I love is the bird. So that's what I did. The person that I love and care about is actually the bird. So the metaphor is somebody that you love that you're letting go. And so that's the first thing I wrote, was the hardest part of loving you is letting you go. So that's what I heard. The hardest part of loving you is letting you go. And I like that because of the way the cadence is. It's almost rhythmic already. The hardest part of loving you is letting you go. I just like the way it rolls, right? So I'm going to read you now what I wrote. So it goes, you give me that look, then you walk away. So get it off your chest, say what you want to say. And if you're not happy, then just say so. But the hardest part of loving you is letting you go. Let me read it one more time. You give me that look, then you walk away. So get it off your chest. Say what you want to say. And if you're not happy, then just say so. Because the hardest part of loving you is letting you go. And then I repeat that. The hardest part of loving you is letting you go. Because that's the hook. The hardest part of loving you is letting you go. So that's what I wrote for this. Now, you might hear something completely different. And I don't want my idea to infringe on your thought process. I want you to kind of wipe mine away when you go to do yours. And, you guys have been doing a great job with these exercises. I mean, really, really good. You guys are amazing. So keep up the good work. That is all the time we have for tonight, but I can't wait to see what you write for this. And tomorrow night, I'm going to write a melody for this. So stay tuned for that. So tomorrow's class, Friday, will be the melody writing class for this. So let's see where that goes. All right, guys, that is all the time that we have for tonight. This is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend Joe Seavey. I love you guys. I miss you all. Be safe. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow when we write a melody for this. All right, guys. Peace.